All right, so the girls are on spring break this week from dance. So I feel like this week's a little odd. So we've been, it's kind of weird because, all right, so Taco Tuesday. So I'm kind of doing something a little different. I've never done this before, so I'm kind of nervous because I told Paul I was making this and he's like, you better not mess it up. And I'm like, look at that inside. If it focuses, can you guys see that? Look at, focus, come on, focus on, look at that. So the girls are on spring break this week from dance. So I feel like this week's a little odd. So we've been, it's kind of weird because yesterday, you know, the girls technically just had school and we're supposed to come straight home, and we do normally nothing on Mondays, but Riley actually had an extra dance practice even though they're on break. Because the next couple weeks they're not there on Saturdays and they have competition coming up. So we did that really quickly. So it was a little weird, but I felt like I was just standing around like waiting for Isabella to come home from school and then like having to go grab Riley. It was like really weird. And today feels the same way. So I have to leave in about an hour to go ahead and actually pick Riley up from school because she actually has a POMS meeting for next year. She actually made the POMS team again, so we're so excited. So they're just having a meeting about like what's gonna happen with like camp and like fees that are due and all that kind of stuff. So I have to go pick her up, then pick Isabella up at school because she has an appointment after school. And then we're back at home, and normally there's dance and there's no dance. So it's like kind of nice. Like I don't mind having dance spring break 2 different weeks from their regular school spring break. It is kind of nice, but then I always say like, great, like when it comes to their school spring break and then they have to go to dance, it's like we can't really do too much. So this week I have just been like kind of cleaning, just kind of still decluttering. So that's my project of the week. I went to Walmart. You saw in my one of my later videos that I did a Walmart haul. So I am like now stocking everything. So I will show you what the pantry looks like right now. And I'm just trying to organize the kitchen a little bit. Paul went to the bakery to go get fresh bread, so I have to go ahead and do that. And then I have just been nonstop working on the computer. So like yesterday I did all my editing. I actually had a film yesterday with Mason for Bella Bean's channel. So it was just, I got a lot done, but the only thing I didn't get done was my normal cleaning on my Mondays, which is like fully cleaning the kitchen. So, and I had a tutor. So that was another thing. I actually tutored yesterday. For those of you who don't know, I'm a teacher, but obviously I stay at home and I do tutor kids on the side. So yesterday I actually tutored, I normally tutor in math major, math teacher, but I also like tutoring in SAT, ACT prep. So that's coming up. Like my summer's already like packed with like doing that for the kids because Riley is that age where Riley and Audrey are both that age where they are gonna be taking those tests. Now that I've got friends of theirs that need help with those tests. So yeah, so I did all that. But it's nice because I got everything minus the kitchen done. So I'm just fully doing the kitchen today right now, which isn't, you know, sometimes I do that on Tuesdays if I don't get everything on Monday. And normally the only thing I don't end up doing on Monday is I'll clean everything minus restocking. But and that normally ends up happening on Tuesday, which isn't a big deal because it doesn't take me that long. So not really doing anything else this week besides the decluttering. Like I'm not even doing like my normal, like besides cleaning, like Monday stuff, Tuesday stuff, Wednesday stuff, and so on. I'm like trying to like just kind of relax because the weather's finally getting beautiful outside. We've had like the weather has been like super, super crazy between like one night having a tornado and then the next morning we woke up to snow. It was like, how do we go from a tornado to snow? It was really, really crazy. So, yeah, so this week, I don't know how much I'm gonna be vlogging. I'm gonna try, but hopefully like this week I'll kind of like show you like cleaning wise what I'm gonna be doing. Because next week obviously is gonna be again different because the kids are on spring break, so they're gonna be home all day. We're gonna try to do some activities like outside, you know, just kind of, you know, give them something nice to do since we can't go away, because they still have dance, and that weekend they have a competition, and the rule is where if you are not there the week before dance for competition, you're not allowed to compete. So they have to be there even if they're sick, unless they're like contagious, or, you know, there's like obviously like exceptions to the rule. They normally just sit out. So if they, you know, got a stomach ache or anything like that, they just have to sit down and watch, because and that would be Paul. They just have to sit just in case they decide to like, you know, tweak anything in the dance, or, you know, that, which I completely understand. So, and Paul's home this week, so Paul took the week off. I'm like, why'd you take this week off and not like next week when the kids have school? But he just needed a break, so he's taking a week off, which is nice because he normally does that around spring break time, but it really doesn't make a difference because we weren't really going away anywhere. So he's doing that. So he's just bumming and relaxing. He wants to get some stuff done in the house, but today's like the only day that he like fully had off. Like, he's been working every single weekend, so he really has like not had a day off. So he's just taking it slow today. He's just doing that, and then hopefully he'll get some stuff done in the house, because we're trying to get everything like trimmed, and then hopefully we'll be like paint ready. Update on the benches, that's going to be made soon, so then I can start organize like the kitchen like I want to. So that's everything. But I will actually show you what I stocked in the pantry. All right, so this is what I did on top. I've got new cereal bars, I've got some applesauce, back there is peanut butter crackers. I didn't buy new peanut butter crackers, but we still had a lot, but I did buy cheese crackers because Paul, when he bought the peanut butter crackers, he thought he bought cheese, but did not. Granola bars I restocked. We're gonna be out of fruit snacks, so I have to get those. These I normally get at Costco when they're on sale, so normally like the kids eat them right away, and then when there's only a couple left, they like forget that they're there. But this is the first shelf. And then I ended up stocking this shelf right here, and I realized like I don't have many chips, so we've got an extra bag of tortillas chips in the laundry room, so I don't put those in here. Same thing with the veggies, same thing with like regular chips. So I was like, you know what, I'll just put the cheese ones for now. And then Doritos, since we already had a bunch of cheese stuff, I'm like, I'm not gonna put Doritos out yet. These are actually Goldfish. We normally get those at Costco, so restocked all that, slowing down on the Girl Scout cookies, but I got all those. And then the last thing I went ahead and stocked, well, actually I got more Pop-Tarts, but I'm not going to stock those up yet. Normally I keep like 3 at a time, and I normally do a chocolate one. So we have s'mores and fudge. I bought a big box from Walmart. You guys saw that in my Walmart haul. And then I bought a big box of the fruit one, which is 1 cherry, 1 blueberry, and 2 strawberries. So I kind of just normally have 2 fruit and just the 1 chocolate one out, because they normally eat the chocolate one a lot faster than the fruit. Do need to restock my oatmeal, but I'm gonna wait on that. And then I have this down here. So here's all the cereals. I actually love this. So I actually bought 4 more cereals. And I kind of wanted to get a variety. Paul still has the Reese's cereal, so and this one kind of takes longer to go through, because like Riley doesn't really like peanut butter, and Mason and Bella, they'll eat like these cereals first and then they'll go for this, even though they like it. They were out of Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the big bag, so next time I go I will get that and that one. But we did get these cereals. If you guys have not tried at Walmart like the big huge bags, and I'll kind of show you what they look like, totally worth it. They are so much cheaper than the like mega size boxes at Jewel or Target, or I don't know if you can get those at Walmart, but the bags, you get more cereal for a cheaper price. So some of the off-brand cereals are actually pretty good. This one is amazing. So this is a s'mores one. It's like Cocoa Puffs, marshmallows, and golden grams. Kids love this one. This is like the first one that always goes. And it's like $5. So if you guys haven't tried this one with the kids, you definitely should try this one. Lucky Charms. Normally the brand ones are a little bit less, but the same price, but you're still getting more cereal in this bag than you do in the box. They had Oops All Berries from Captain Crunch, which was a huge bag, and the same size as this one for like the same price. So I'm like, wow, name brand, and it was actually still pretty cheap. So I actually got that. And then we tried a chocolate, which smells like Cocoa Puffs and has marshmallows. So this, we never had a cereal like this before. So I was like, you know what? Let the kids try it. We'll see how they like it. It's a smaller bag, but I figured, you know, they could try it. Hi. Are you checking out what I did? Yeah, I'm Little Miss Nosy. She's been attached to me like all day, but she's such a good girl. But yeah, so this is everything that I stocked up. Cereal, mostly breakfast stuff. I do have to clean out the fridge, so I'm gonna go ahead and I started going through that. I just have to kind of reorganize it. He's really loud. I do have to reorganize the fridge because we had some leftovers and I threw some stuff out, but that is pretty much what I've been working on this week, and I'll show you guys those bags of cereal. All right, these are the bags of cereal. So like I said, I put these in the laundry room for overstock, but that's what they look like. Like I said, those containers are amazing. I got those on Amazon, and I just refill them when it gets low. So the overstock, I said, like I put it in the laundry room, but if you guys have not tried these cereals at Walmart, definitely would recommend trying them for the price and the amount that you guys get. All right, so Taco Tuesday. So I'm kind of doing something a little different. I've never done this before, so I'm kind of nervous because I told Paul I was making this and he's like, you better not mess it up. And I'm like, I'm trying. So I'm gonna be making crunch wraps, okay? So first things first is I have some tortillas that I need to first crisp because you need the crunch. So I'm gonna try to do that hopefully without burning them because I'm trying to think like, I'm not sure how long they go on the stovetop, but I will let you guys know. And then I need to cook the ground beef, which I have taco seasoned ground beef. I always buy that on sale, stock up on them. So I'm going to cook that. And then I need to build it. So you need to take a big, huge burrito, which I've got these ones right here. A big, huge burrito. And then you're supposed to lay it with the ground beef. I already chopped up some tomatoes. I bought shredded lettuce. We're gonna do triple cheese. And then Paul and I will probably, and Bella, she likes this too, some queso. And then last but not least, some sour cream. So I'm gonna attempt this. You guys are gonna see me do this. And we will see if it's good or not. So like I said, I'm going to, first step was prep everything. It was so much easier. I needed to buy lettuce. It was so much easier to just buy the shredded lettuce for $1.99. I got a big, huge bag than it was to go ahead and to go ahead and cut up myself with all the time and everything. But I did have tomatoes. I got cherry tomatoes and I just cut them up. Hopefully this is enough just basically for Paul and I. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep that and show you guys as I'm doing it. All right, so right now I'm just cooking the ground beef. I just put some taco seasoning on this. And I didn't realize that I checked this out as well. And this is actually turkey sausage taco mix. So I thought it was ground beef. I don't know what was I thinking, but I had extra ground beef that I pulled out. So ground beef with taco seasoning. And I'm just gonna cook this while the tortillas are actually now baking, and I'll show you guys. All right, so I am doing kind of two different things. So I did put this on the stovetop, and it is hard now. When I first took it off, it wasn't, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be crunchy, but it is. So I'm also putting them in the oven for 5 minutes at 375, and I wanna see which one's better. So if they don't come out like this, then I'm just gonna keep putting them on the stovetop, but I wanted to start the ground beef, but it is crunchy, so I will let you guys know which one is best. All right, so I'm going to attempt to put this together. So for the kids, I'm gonna give them a little small one, but I actually did like the stovetop a little bit better. I baked it at 375 for 5 minutes, and that's a little bit too long, but it could be a conventional oven. So even like 2 to 3 minutes probably would work best, but I have a big burrito. I just put it in the microwave just to warm it up. Okay, so I need to, okay, so you're gonna put some meat in the middle. So I actually, I'm not gonna put too much meat in here because, like I said, I don't know like how much. So I did like 3 like big teaspoons, tablespoons. All right, and then you were supposed to put queso. Okay, so Bella said she wanted some. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of queso on Bella's half. Obviously it's kind of hard to drizzle with this, but a little bit of queso. Gotta make sure like I have like that this is Bella's half, because Mason will be like, oh my gosh, it's spicy. All right, the hard tortilla on top. Okay, so we're there so far. All right, and then you're supposed to put sour cream, which both of them liked the sour cream. So nervous when you like try something new. So I'm gonna put a little bit of sour cream, like probably like just that much, and just kind of like spread it on top. Probably should have did Bella and Riley together because Mason's not a lettuce person. But let's see, lettuce, and I'm just gonna put it on Bella's half, and if he gets some, well. So a little bit of lettuce, tomato, but none of the kids want tomato, so I'm not gonna put tomato on there. And then of course, some cheese on top. Okay. Okay, so cheese on top. Cheese on top. Okay. Extra cheese off of me. Okay. And then after that, you're supposed to put a soft, warm tortilla on top, which I have more in the fridge. So hold on a second. All right, so I just warmed up some tortillas. Okay, that gets placed right on top. Okay, then this is the hard part, is you have to fold it. So it says to fold 5 times. So I'm gonna fold it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually wasn't that bad. These burritos are super, super big, huge burritos. And then I'm gonna warm this up and then show you guys what it looks like. All right, so now I'm just warming it up, making sure it, you know, is all together, and then I'll cut it in half and show you guys the inside. But it was nice because this is the side that I put all the stuff on for Bella, so I can easily just go ahead and cut it right down the middle. So hopefully when I flip it, I won't have a problem. Okay, so I did flip it, and it was actually pretty easy to flip. I just went really, really slow with a spatula. So what's really nice is Paul's not home yet. He went to go get a haircut, but I really wanted to go ahead and feed the little ones. And I'm like, you know what? You could make the taco seasoning, obviously have it in a bowl like I have all the fixings, and you know, do the crunchy ones, no problem. Do the warmed up ones, no problem. Have everything prepped, ready to go. You can go ahead and build it and then just leave it built together, and then whenever they're ready to start eating, that's when you put it on the stovetop to go ahead and make it melt and heat up. So I kind of like this for when you are making food for, you know, everybody, that it's still gonna stay warm. So I'm just hoping that it tastes good. All right, I'm about to cut this in half. So I mean, before, that's what it looks like. Oh, it is crunchy, I will tell you that. It is crunchy. I just want to be careful. Okay, so look at that inside. If it focuses, can you guys see that? Look at, focus, come on, focus on, look at that. That's really, really cool. And obviously, like, Bella's kind of doesn't look, actually, I don't know which one has the lettuce. Oops, they both look like they have lettuce, but actually, I think this one is Mason's, but it looks amazing. I can't wait to try. So I'm gonna make the rest for the family, and then we're gonna try it, and I will let you guys know how it is. No, you gotta take a bite out of it. Okay, ready? How is it?
Good.
Good? Now he told me he didn't want cheese, but at least it's good. So Bella's gonna try next. All right, Bella. What do you think?
Mmm.
Is it really good? Okay, whew, I'm gonna make Riley's. You think Dad's gonna approve? All right, so this is this, we make it again? So vlog, Bella and Mason approve. Bella looked like more so than Mason, but she's got almost everything in there minus the tomatoes, so. All right, you enjoy. All right, so we just got back from Bella's school. Can you guys tell who she is? She's Sadness. So she had a musical today, a couple songs they sang. Wonderful, wonderful. We did get clips. But yeah, did you have a lot of fun?
Yeah.
She's been singing all week, so she like was really, really excited. So me and Riley just went. Mason and Paul are not feeling too well, so, but it's time for dinner, right? Mm-hmm. Wait till you see what she's eating, guys. This is what she's eating, guys. She's like, Mom, could you make me a crunch wrap? We had some leftovers still, so I'm like, sure, why not? So obviously these crunch wraps are a hit. Take a bite. She asked for tomatoes this time. What do you think with the tomatoes? As Berkeley's crunching in the background. What do you think? So good? Mm-hmm. All right, well, you enjoy. Are you working today? Yeah, so Mason's over here with his new tape measure. Measuring things? Yeah. So his dad gave him this tape measure. He's like, I got something for you. Oh! So it has a level on there and a pen and a little post. It's, oh my goodness. Coughing. So I didn't tell everybody. How are you feeling?
Good.
Look up! This one was sick yesterday. I mean, he was not himself. You could tell in his eyes. So he had a fever and he was really warm. And what else? You said your stomach hurt. His eye was red. So he relaxed all day and then he woke up feeling good. And guess what now, Mason?
Riley's sick.
Riley's sick, vlog. She was throwing up this morning. So Paul was sick earlier this week, even though he's home all week. Every time he took off this week, guys, I told you, and he ended up getting sick.
Because I couldn't let Rye every time.
Oh, so you must have got Rye sick?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you weren't throwing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's relaxing home from school. And it stinks because she's got today and tomorrow before spring break. Tomorrow she has a half day. Bella has full day tomorrow. And she's sick. I really don't want her to miss, but I'm like, you know, whatever. Stay home. They were watching movies today, so. All right, guess what? I have to clean.
Yeah.
Vacuum, dust, bathroom. That's what I do on Thursdays. So I am going to be cleaning while you, what, play double because you didn't play yesterday?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, there you go, vlog.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks. Vlog. Say thanks. All right, I'm gonna go clean. You're so funny.
Yeah.